And now for your Kenston Bombers.
Hello, I'm Wes Abrahamson.
And I'm Charlie McMicken.
This year marks the 20th anniversary of Kenston Lacrosse.
Kenston Lacrosse has impacted multiple lives, giving friendships and memories they will cherish forever.
We interviewed prominent figures in the Kenston Lacrosse community to ask their stories.
We start with how Kenston Lacrosse transformed from a club sport to a varsity sport with the support of the community.
And when it became a varsity sport, we got support from the school, which was great. So, they started paying for the uniforms, their transportation, things like that. But at the same time, this sport is really unique, and not a lot of people understand it. So, the school, we had been before that, I shouldn't say we, people before me, had been staffing every game on their own. I mean, they were putting the flag up, they were turning on the lights, all those things when it was a club sport. So when we moved to a varsity sport, we were still willing to do all that. And it worked great because the school got to save some money, so we staffed it, and we did the press box, we did statting, at the table. We would help where we could anytime.
It's just crazy. When I first came to Kenston High School, it was still a club sport, and then while I was here, it became a full varsity sport. And I was here with the coaching change, that first big coaching change, and I've definitely seen this program grow a lot. And I've obviously got some family in here too, so it's been cool getting to see that grow.
The parents were super supportive. It was a great community to be a part of. I'm very thankful to have had the opportunity to be a part of the community.
But at the same time, honoring the game and honoring the people who came before us and took a risk and started a program when nobody in Northeast Ohio was doing, really knew about this sport other than the private schools. And it says something for, them. We stand on their shoulders because of that. And I think that's really cool.
Community becomes, so heavily weighted with what your kids are doing, and whether that's clubs, organizations, sports. And so we just were fortunate, we were fortunate to get to be a part of the program, to serve in various capacities in the program, and that really just opened the door for some great relationships.
We worked our butts off, and the kids loved having fun competing. We might have not always had the best stick skills, especially in the early days when I was here, but man, did we play hard, and did the kids love it.
But to be a part of something, I always say it's really powerful to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And, I got to do that through Kenston Lacrosse, and I just have so many fond memories of not only the teams that I coached, the parents that I met, the experiences that we got to have as a unit.
A lot of my closest friends I play lacrosse with, and even if they were my friend before, I know for a fact that playing lacrosse with them has really built a connection and has helped me meet kids in grades that are not mine, and I think it's really, really special and is going to last for a long time.
Over the years, each player has built their own collection of memories, moments that shaped who they are on and off the field.
Junior year, we played at Rocky River, and it was a real close game. I ended up having the goal to give us the lead at the end of the game. We ended up letting up a goal last second, and then we went to overtime, and I ended up scoring the overtime goal. And that was probably one of my favorite games I ever played in.
And this is more at the high school level. Was watching my sons, Brendan and Tommy, who was a freshman, seeing them play at the high school level. And they put a lot of time and energy into their games, and they had some good success. But seeing them play on the field at the same time on the same team, and that first game where they combined for a goal, and the announcer, announced, Garvey to Garvey. That was a pretty cool moment for me.
Had some team dinners, which were awesome because it was a way to bond outside of practice and games.
Probably in 8th grade when we won the Knoll Championship. It was our last tournament together as a team, and we had some other kids that we played with all our lives from other schools, and it was our last game with them, and we won it all.
The sophomore year was I think we either went to overtime or it was tied up in the fourth quarter. I forget who launched it down the field. I think it was Jack Rogers, but he launched it down the field last second to another teammate, Ryan Bodway, and he put it away, and we won the game. It was pretty sick.
My favorite memory for sure is last year when we beat Walsh in overtime. They're really a pretty good team in the area, and for us to go out there and beat them, especially how we did, was really great.
With every practice and every game, players gain more than just skills. They gain life lessons. They continue to guide them beyond the field.
Taught me a lot. Really taught me how to work with other people, how there's no I in team. I mean, it sounds dumb, but that was one of the earliest things I learned. And as a kid, like, you can't do everything on your own. You need other people, especially when they're there to help you. And probably just don't take anything for granted.
It helped me, my siblings, and my parents become more of, like, I guess, efficient communicators.
It's taught me like hard work and dedication. We go out even on the weekends when we don't have practice. We all go play together, work hard, push each other to get better, and it's just awesome.
Just being a good teammate, a good person. Yeah, man, just being a cool guy, getting along with others, working well with your teammates.
Lacrosse has really taught me about perseverance and how important it is to be determined. I put in a lot of work, especially since I started, somewhat late. I had to do a lot of catch-up work to, be higher up on the roster and whatnot.
The community has come together, even through the ups and downs.
Lacrosse has always been supportive through family hardships, even through the toughest times.
We did have a game against Shaker in honor of Jack Barkin, who unfortunately passed away. Former lacrosse player, his dad was a coach. He has a little brother still in the program at the time, and he passed away in a car accident. And so in August, so when our season came around, we wanted to honor him. I set up this whole event, and Jay calls me and says, everyone knew that Jack's favorite color was green. It had been a big part of his, memorial. It had been a big part of every post. So he says, let's do something all together. Let's, as a community for lacrosse. So, it was a really fun pregame as far as seeing how this community stands up for each other. That was a game that I think, again, was more than the points, more than the, awards, any of that.
That was definitely an emotional one because, he was on our team, so we were all close with him, so hard loss for everyone. And then, like, having his brother Clay and his parents come and speak was it was really impactful. We were playing more than, like, just for Kenston, if that makes sense. Like, we had other motives for that game than just to win. We wanted to, like, play for Jack because he was a big part of our team, and that was a tough time for some of us, for sure.
This sport, this community, it means a lot to me, and to be asked to participate on that night was huge. This town has done nothing but support me. I lost my mom a handful of years ago, and the entire Kenston lacrosse community came out for that.
The support that the rest of both these programs, so I had one in the youth program, one in the high school program, showed to our family is something we will never forget.
It was fun, man. Those were the best 4 years that I've had, in high school.
Kenston Lacrosse has given me great opportunities that no other sport or really any other activity could have given to me, and I'm just extremely grateful for Kenston Lacrosse as a whole.
20 years is a long time. Here's to 20 and many, many more beyond that.
walking